Sony announced a cheaper Japanese language only PS5 exclusive to Japan, and they also revealed a PlayStation monitor. The PlayStation monitor is wild. We'll talk about that in a second. Sony announced a cheaper Japanese, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. It's the first time they've region locked a console since the PS2 back in the year 2000. Like Nintendo's Japan-only Switch 2 model, this special PS5 is Sony's attempt at making the console more affordable domestically. Sony also announced a PlayStation-branded gaming monitor. The 2560 by 1440 monitor has an IPS panel and a 240 hertz refresh rate, but the 240 hertz refresh is only available when hooked up to a PC, which is
what?
Very interesting.
What does that mean?
It just runs at 120 hertz when connected to PlayStation consoles. Huh. And it has a DualSense charging hook. They are publishing their games on Steam and PC now. This is maybe not that weird. The whole industry is getting very strange.
What is happening?
Xbox
it's all topsy-turvy.
The weirdest out of all of it.
We're going to get Xbox on the GameCube. It's like...
It's a weird world.
I don't know what's happening.
Sony hasn't priced the monitor. They don't quote response times or brightness, and even Sony's quoted HDR capability is vague at best, with PC gamers saying that the monitor doesn't seem like a hugely compelling proposition for PC gaming. Interesting. When we don't even know the price, that's interesting. Discussion question: do you have any memorable experiences with region-locked products? If yes, tell us your tales. If you don't have any anecdotes, what are your opinions on region locking in general? I don't like region locking. I am conflicted on the it's cheaper domestically thing. I think it's kind of based, even though I'm not going to benefit from it. And then how do you do that while actually making it so that it's cheaper for everyone because they just order the ones in Japan. So I don't know. But in general, I think region locking is kind of bad because it promotes e-waste problems. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, these days it's just kind of strange to region lock anything.
Seems
just because
extremely unnecessary.
The whole world is super global now.
PAL and NTSC is no longer a thing.
No. I mean... My thought would be taxes, export, that sort of stuff. I know Japan is a little strange in some regards. I mean, there's talk of flying to Japan to get like things cheaper than you could just importing them, which is very odd.
Binky
I wonder
draws,
if that has to do
sorry,
with
I thought you were done talking for a second.
No, go for it.
Binky draws, I can't see you. So
I was about to say it's really hard, yeah.
Binky Draw says, is it actually region locked or is it only sold in one region? And I don't technically know, but it says in here region locked, which would make me think it's not just only sold there. Another discussion question. What comes to mind as your favorite unexpected console branded product or peripherals? The, PlayStation 3D TV, GameCube or Dreamcast keyboard, etc. And I don't think I have one. That's very boring. But I think it's true.
Very few come to mind.
Because it specifically says unexpected. So I would traditionally say just like Xbox controllers because I like them so much more than PlayStation ones.
What about that KFC thing? Was that real?
That's also...
Or is that... No, that's the opposite.
Yeah.
Darn, I'm trying to think of anything. Flowplane chat, do you have anything?
I don't think I have an example.
I don't have an example at all.
Oops. Oh, well. But yeah, that's kind of funky and weird. What is your thought on them making it cheaper in Japan? What do you think about that?
Well, that's kind of cool. That makes me think that is definitely some sort of like, export thing.
Yeah. I feel like if there was a Canadian company and they made it cheaper for Canadians, I would think that was cool.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. I think if they're
doing
basically sacrificing their like margins locally and putting it up elsewhere, that's fine.
Sacrifice? Is that when you pretend to kill someone to appease the gods?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Or do you actually kill someone to appease a fake god?
Oh.
A sacrifice.
I think it could be either. Maybe it's one of those words with two definitions.
Did I interrupt?
Only slightly. PlayStation 5 exclusive version in Japan. It's region locked, but it's cheaper. Also, they released a monitor.
Region locks are anti-consumer and should always be objected to.
Yeah, it's cheaper
Just
for
like
them.
naming it the same thing when it's actually a different product. We should always object to that.
It's cheaper for them. So I think this is their way of making it cheaper for Japanese people.
Why is it cheaper for them?
This is fairly normal in
If it's
Japan.
only sold in Japan and it's cheaper?
No, I mean, what do you mean it's cheaper for them? Like for Sony?
This region, no, for Japanese people. People in Japan.
Okay.
But you can only use it in Japan or with Japanese games
if we're
or
interpreting
other
the
stuff.
region lock thing correctly, which I think we are.
No, it's still anti-consumer.
Yeah.
They should just sell it for like more cheaper in Japan if they really want to.
But then that's going to get abused immediately, obviously.
But then, like, if they can afford to sell it for that much, then they should just do
That's
that.
obviously not how that works. You know that.
I mean, even shipping something out of Japan, like, it would have to be markedly cheaper for it to not make more sense to just
That's fair.
buy it somewhere else when it's been shipped in bulk.
I don't know
Like,
how much the discount is. 55,000 yen.
Here, let's convert that.
USD.
Wow, that's really cheap.
355 compared to the normal one was, is this a pro or is it normal? I think it's normal. Digital edition. So it's the non-disc normal one.
Yeah, it's still $350. Okay, yeah,
I think
people
that's normally
would buy
500,
people
right?
would buy them in bulk
Yeah.
and ship them overseas. All right, I'm thinking.
How else could you do this? I don't think you can. I don't like that there's region locking. I agree. I think it's anti-consumer as well. I don't like it. I think it's a bad contributor to things like e-waste and just not good things in general.
Yeah.
But I also think it's kind of
You know
cool
what?
that they're offering a domestic discount.
I'd be okay with it if they committed to unlock it like when it's
X
EOL
amount
or
of years
something.
down the line.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
I think that would be a good
I
compromise.
like that a lot.
Um,
If the PS6 launches, you unlock all of them.
thinking.
Or like a year into the PS6 being around.
Okay, how would you feel about a device that rather than being region locked was cheaper upfront, but the games were more expensive?
What about a
Like in the digital
global
store.
unlock code? So
What is
if
that?
you have it in Japan, it's
I'm
region locked?
just chit-chatting now.
Oh, so this has nothing to
Yeah,
do
what
with...
if they had a $300 PlayStation 5, but every game cost like $20 more? Knowing that most people will buy like between 5 and a dozen games or whatever. So they make their money in the longer term. But it's basically choose your own adventure on whether you want one that's priced profitably in the first place with cheaper games, or whether you want one that's priced cheaper, but you know you're going to pay more for the games. If you still had the option to buy the full price one, would you object to them having like a cheaper subsidized game
I don't
one?
think so if you still had the option. There's definitely people that will buy a console for 2 games.
Yeah.
Even 1 game in certain cases.
So
That was fascinating to me when I first found out that there was like people who would play StarCraft and not video games. They would just play StarCraft. There was no other video games that they ever played. I was like, oh, wow. And then I started realizing that that was true for a bunch of different games. I just first discovered it was StarCraft.
my life for hire. See, I thought they were mercenaries.
My
for the
life for
longest-
hire?
For the
Did you
longest
actually?
time. Yeah.
That's fairly reasonable. I never like thought about that, but yeah, it does
I didn't
kind of
know
sound
what-
like hire.
I didn't know what zealot meant. So I just thought,
Zealot, I'm pretty sure is the right way to say it. I'm fairly certain I said zealot.
oh,
for
I
like,
100% did.
Yeah, so many years.
100%.
So many years. Anyways, I don't think there's much more unpacking of that. I really like the idea of the region lock just being timed, though. I think that's really cool. I like that a lot.
It's pretty funny that the monitor only runs at its maximum
Yeah.
capabilities hooked up to a PC.